Well, hello and good morning. It's 8 a.m. here in New Delhi, and I'm Charu Shankar.
And I'm Archith. Thanks so much for watching us here on WION Breakfast. We're glad to have your company. Lots to bring to you, of course, our fitness segment, news from around the globe, South Asia, and a lot of fun segments, of course, reading the papers as well.
Absolutely. So before moving forward with the show, here are the heads up this morning.
We start with a situation in Delhi about a startup that's working on the principle of sharing books and coffee.
In our world segment, we will talk about a designer who designs human skin bags.
All right, well, this morning for your fitness routine, we have Zubin on WION Stretch giving you some yoga mantra.
And after fitness, we have something for all the food lovers out there. Stay tuned to find out what's on Quick Bites today.
Lots to exciting stuff to bring to you. That food looked delicious, the quick bites, the pancakes that we saw yesterday. I wonder what's going to be cooking up today, what the new recipe is. I'm really excited.
I don't know, yeah, even I'm quite excited.
It gets our morning started when we have food or
it really
coffee
does.
And things like that. Well, you know, Satya, who has been having a great vacation, we certainly miss her. I don't know if she's missing us. She is having a lot of fun.
I think she is. She probably is, yeah.
Probably is. She's been excited and, you know, going around Europe, out in Lisbon, and you're talking to people out there. Let's see what she has to say.
Hola amigos, Charu and Archith. I'm in the city of Lisboa, the Portuguese city which we know as Lisbon. Wish you a very, very happy new year. Archith, I heard about the fire in your house. Very sorry to hear about that. Well, I wish the current year goes very, very well for you. Well, in Lisbon, I asked around the people, tourists who've come to the city, to ask them what their resolution for the new year is, and this is what they had to say.
Hi, my name's Krista. I'm from Australia and we've been in Portugal for about 2 weeks. It's absolutely fantastic. So my New Year's resolution is to see more of this.
Hello, my name is Brian Dorr. I'm from Australia and my greatest wish for 2017 is that my government will change their policy towards refugees. I hope you all have a wonderful 2017 because 2016 wasn't all that great.
Hi, my name is Daniela and I'm excited about the new year because I'm starting new projects. I'm an actress, so I'm really excited to start new things, to see new things, to travel more and to be happier.
Of course, Satya, they're having a blast. They're checking out France and now in Portugal. Of course, she'll be back next week, keeping the seat here warm while she is out on a very well-deserved vacation. We certainly miss Satya here.
Yes, we really do miss Satya. But it's so nice, actually, to have Satya
a part of her in the
as
show.
part of our show.
Exactly,
Yeah, it's very, very sweet of her to be going around the streets talking to people about.
And I love hearing
about all the things that she really loves.
Oh, she has a great time. She's one of those people. She can pick up a conversation with anybody. And I love hearing their accents and just the different culture. You know, we heard somebody from Australia. We saw that actress.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun when you're traveling. You get to listen and hear different people's stories.
Yes, and meet different people.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole fun of traveling, right? Like and traveling alone, which is I think Satya is of course meeting a lot of friends while she's in Europe.
Right.
But quite a lot of it she's also doing by herself.
Exactly.
Just traveling from city to
Going
city.
from one place to the next and meeting different people. And I've never been to Portugal. Definitely been to France, but Portugal certainly looks like a lot of fun.
It does, and it looks really beautiful. I mean, some of those shots that Satya sent us, we were like, wow,
we're traveling with her. We're like sightseeing with her, I guess, right?
That is the fun of it. Yeah, it's really nice to have this little travel segment on the breakfast show.
Absolutely. So for those, that we heard about some of those New Year's resolutions, if you haven't made one, or if you don't do one, some good ones are obviously to travel, maybe travel alone, or perhaps pick up a new language. So
pick up a new language.
Might be a fun one to, if you haven't thought about that, it could be a good one to do, right?
It's a really difficult thing to do, to pick up a new language at this stage in life.
is, you know,
I
it is,
think
but it
I think
isn't
when you're
because
like as old as my son, like then you're just picking up everything.
Everything, right.
But including languages, like this is the right time to teach you. I can teach him anything
And he'll
right
pick
now.
it up?
Yeah, like children are born with superhuman powers. They're born with super brains.
And they listen
I mean,
really well, which
they
adults
listen
don't do, I guess.
and they can they can do anything.
Right.
They can pick up any amount
What are you
of
teaching him? What
information.
languages have you guys
Well,
besides
we
English?
speak in Hindi and English at home,
Okay.
and his nanny speaks in Bengali, so he's
Wow.
definitely picking up these three.
Nice.
And then where we stay is sort of Haryana.
Okay.
It's on the border of Delhi, so
Right.
I don't know if he's going to pick some of that
that
up.
up,
But
wow.
children pick up all kinds, not just languages. I mean,
Cues and things, absolutely,
skills,
yeah.
visual cues. You know, now he knows what pointing a finger means. You know, that kind of communication.
Right.
You know, he's picking
They're
that up.
very smart, very diligent.
Absolutely.
If you take him to France, maybe he'll pick up French. Who knows? Just saying.
I will bring that up with my family next time we talk about family
Your husband may
vacations.
not
I'm
like me. He's like, stop talking to Archith. He wants to up my travel budget too much.
All right, well, we'll leave this one at that, and I'll pick that up when I get home.
All right.
But moving on now to a very interesting story coming to you from New Delhi. The sharing economy around the world is seen as the business model of the future. From cabs, housing, to even sharing of old goods, increasingly companies are focusing on collaborative consumption. Well, in our first story today, WION's Charu and Archith meets the founders of Exchange Over Coffee, a sharing economy startup that focuses on books. Take a look.
It is said that the knowledge grows when shared. That's the philosophy that's driving the young entrepreneurs behind Exchange Over Coffee. XCO is the brainchild of Paras Arya and Shivam Dewan, both engineers by education. The initiative was first launched in March 2016 as a web platform, allowing people to share and exchange books.
Actually, we both were fascinated by the concept of sharing economy. So just to implement that, we thought of starting a platform where people would exchange books and all. So we made a website, exchangeovercoffee.com, where people would exchange books with each other. And just to get the attention of more people, we set up a physical shack as well about 1.5 months later.
Their shack, which is located in the heart of Delhi University, operates as a nodal point for reading enthusiasts to congregate. Those interested in exchanging or donating books can register at their website online and avail coupons, which can be redeemed for food at the shack.
Actually, we want to cater all those people who love to read. Okay, the other thing that I want to tell you about is people actually come here and donate books as well. So everybody who is interested in reading or knowing about anything, so we give all those donated books to all those people who are in need of the book. So in a way, we cater everybody. We are even flowing a free flow of information as well, and at the same time catering everybody who loves to read.
Paras and Shivam say that the sharing of books is just the beginning. Their goal is to explore the boundaries of the sharing economy, which they believe is the business model of the future. Collaborative consumption or the sharing economy is still at a nascent stage in India, but with nearly 50% of the country's population under 25 years of age and an increasing preference among the youth to hire and exchange goods and services, perhaps services like XCO are the way of the future. This is Charu and Archith with Rahul Bhati in New Delhi for WION.
Well, then now that is a warming up idea. I mean, what a great way to
Absolutely. Such an
you know, just
interesting
exchange a
perspective.
book and
Yeah.
like warm up with a cup of coffee. That's perfect.
And
That's
you love
perfect.
reading books. You said you're a big
Yes,
book lover.
yes, I am.
Yeah.
And in fact, exchanging books is something that we've been doing since we were kids. I mean, like,
Nice, very
you know,
nice.
like, okay, you take 2 of these and give me one
Give
of
something
those.
else.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, exchange. But it was more in terms of exchanging books. Like, I'll give you a book, you give me a book. But this is great. I mean, you go to a cafe and you like, okay, here's a book that I've read and I need a new book to read. And
trade it out.
they give you a book and a cup of coffee.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That sounds like a good deal to me.
I mean,
What are
it's
your favorite
more than a good deal. It's
genres
like,
of books and things that you like reading?
oh my God.
Can you pick one or
genres
two?
of
You are
books.
able to.
Well,
You like it all.
as long as it's a good story and it's got me, you
Right,
know,
got you hooked.
Yeah, got me hooked. Then I can spend my entire day reading.
Very
I mean,
nice.
I just don't move. I'm just
yeah.
completely glued and absorbed in that book.
Nice.
You know, Archith, I always have a book in my bag.
Okay.
Always.
What's in your bag right now? What books do you have?
I'm reading.
Of course, I'm
in,
quizzing it right now as we talk about that,
No,
right?
but I do. I have reading In Arcadia by Ben Okri, which I've been reading for a while now because I
Right.
don't get that much time to read anymore. So
Right.
I
It's
try
such
and
a
read
good
about.
habit, though. You immerse yourself in it. I feel like I need to. That should be on my resolution because I like books, certain books, but I like the self-help books, like the, how to be organized, how to be, motivational speaker, things like that. Fiction, I haven't really found my footing because I think I get impatient.
All right, I am going to make a list for you.
We
will exchange some books
and
then we'll talk about
coffee,
it.
right?
Yes, coffee would be great.
Right.
Well, on that note, it's time to slip into a short break and we'll be back with more stories from across the world. So see you on the other side of this. Well, welcome back. You're watching WION Breakfast, and it's time now to take you across the world for some really amazing stories like the next one coming up.
This one is very interesting, especially around the holidays. Everybody, women especially, love their bags, their designer bags. They enjoy, walking with their, coats and clothes and carrying their stylish bag. As a guy, I don't really understand spending that much money, but hey, whatever floats your boat.
Hey!
But have you heard about a skin bag, a bag made of human skin? That's the new, apparently, designs that are coming out. How do you feel about that?
I'm not sure yet.
We're not sure yet. I'm not either.
I'm still sort of
absorbing
that. Yeah.
Right. Well, in this project,
in.
a designing student, her name is Tina Gorjank. She presented her Pure Human project, a fashion line, of course, made of, that's right, human skin. It was made at Goldsmiths in London.
Yes, and in this report, we will tell you what exactly she means by human skin leather. Take a look.
Central St. Martin's student Tina Gorjank presented her Pure Human project, a fashion line using lab-manufactured human skin leather at Goldsmiths in London. The Slovenian graduate said that she had been inspired by the way that Alexander McQueen had used his own hair in the labels of his first collection and suggested that genetic information could be a new source of luxury for people fascinated by celebrity.
You extract genetic information from a disease source and then use those information to implement them into an already existing skin graft. And when this skin graft grows and when it forms a tissue, this tissue mimics the characteristic or sometimes even the structure of the original source. I think the whole process growing leather or meat in the laboratory, it's from the from the production perspective, it's more ethical just because it doesn't include any animal slaughtering. You grow it from genetic information. Genetic information could be a new source of luxury. But I think, yes, to some extent it also opens a new market, and it's the market of people that are fascinated by celebrity and that want to go close to such a thing.
1, 2, 1, 2. Testing.
This actually was a critical design project, so it was aimed to kind of stimulate those debates, and I don't necessarily think that everyone should agree with my point of view. I think that it's fine to have your own opinion, but I think it's important to think about those things and to actually discuss them.
Yeah, it's easier because it's 1, 2, 3.
I find it really interesting how human leather, for instance, if you want to show it in a gallery, you need to have special permission, whether animal leather is sold in every market or in every store on the street. So it's kind of like this imbalance.
Gorjank created prototype designs using pig skins and worked in a lab to create test samples of leather made from McQueen's DNA. She said the collection was aimed to stimulate debate and pointed out that from a production perspective, it's more ethical just because it doesn't include any animal slaughtering. Bureau Report, WION.
Well, quite a collection there, isn't it? Human skin on bags. I think we've seen it all now, haven't we?
It's very interesting because, the human skin is actually the largest organ of the body.
It's the largest organ.
It's a sensory organ.
Right.
And to think that you actually have a bag which is made of, it's like a, I don't know, I want to meet this woman. I have so many questions for her. I'm like, so does this bag, does it grow? Can it feel? Can it?
And it was interesting to see that the specks and the freckles and all that. I think so, we heard from our producers that some of that could have been obviously enhanced or manufactured, but the raw material. But if somebody has not so great skin, is it going to be on a bag? How awkward would that be?
But this skin is actually manufactured in a lab, right? Exactly. It doesn't actually come from a person.
See, originally when I saw it, I thought it was going to be like a human, like someone who died. They donate,
donate their organs.
They donated their skin so people can.
No, that would not be fashion. That would just be
That would be horrible. That would be horrible.
That would
be horrible.
That would be really morbid.
I'm not buying you a skin bag anytime soon, though.
All right. Okay. You know, I think we need to veer ourselves out of this discussion now because this discussion is we're trapped. We're trapped. Well, let's take you across now to a shoemaker, Nat2's and their newest creation, which is a sustainable and vegan sneaker made almost entirely out of wood.
That's right. It was unveiled in Berlin. The company claims that you can even feel and smell the wood from these sneakers, so from bags to shoes. Let's take a look.
Sebastian Thies, founder of Nat2, displayed the company's newest creation, a sustainable and vegan sneaker made almost entirely out of wood in Berlin. Some 90% of the shoe's surface consists of Forest Stewardship Council certified wood, which means that the material's origin can be traced back to its source.
Well, we have developed a sneaker made almost entirely out of wood. We have a rubber outsole and then we use wood as an upper. You can use different woods. It's all sustainable, so it's FSC certified wood. And yeah, you have the whole surface made from wood, which is vector lasered, so you can turn it and twist it.
The wooden components are vector lasered and applied to organic cotton in order to soften the material and make it more flexible, while at the same time the wood's natural structure is retained.
Well, the feeling when you step inside the shoes is like regular, comfortable shoes, but when you touch the surface, it's very smooth, very soft, like a fine nappa leather. Yeah. And you can feel and smell the wood.
Thies added that the feeling when you step inside the shoes was like regular, comfortable shoes, but when you touch the surface, it's rather smooth, very soft, and like a fine nappa leather.
You will never get out of stock of wood, so if it's like wind energy. Yeah? Wood is just growing every day and regrowing. If you use it right and if you keep the forests in the right way, it will just not have an impact on Earth. And there's almost no material that could have the same aspects like this. Only water, but water, at least until now, is not possible to make shoes out of water. We do shoes since 160 years, so it's our daily business, but it took us almost 2 years to develop only the first samples which were good enough to show to the public. So it's really difficult to make. And also all the other parts of the shoe are sustainable and ecological. Like we have animal-free glue, which is not easy to achieve because synthetic glue normally is not as strong as normal glue. And we have a real cork insole, it's antibacterial, we have a soft padding, so it's really high-end.
The sneakers are made of ash, birch, maple, tulip tree, walnut, cherry, elm and beech, depending on the model, and are manufactured in Italy under fair trade conditions. Thies was in Berlin to promote his shoes at the Berlin Fashion Week. Bureau Report, WION.
So quite an interesting conversation this morning, right, about human skin bags and wooden shoes. So we were having a little discussion during the story about, what's the most unique or material that you use for fashion. When it comes to fashion, are there certain things that you wouldn't expect? Have you seen, worn, tried? Would you buy? What's your take?
I don't know. Fashion can really, forget fashion. I mean, look at cosmetics, right? I mean, animal testing is such a cruel practice.
Very cruel.
And yeah, really, cruelty knows no bounds.
And people don't realize all that, right? Until you buy it, you see it in the shop. It's gone through a lot of testing, and on testing that are probably not the best for animals. They go through pain and things like that. But hopefully none of that happens. But I think it's bringing awareness. People need to realize that, right? Like fashion is one thing, but not at the cost of another animal's cruelty or possibly even life.
So this is what I liked about the human skin bag story. The designer Tina talking about how this is actually ethical what she's doing because it is not. There is no cruelty to animals involved. Nothing. This is human skin which is grown in labs, and then used as leather and embellished and whatever. So you have these beautiful products,
without any kind
of cruelty to anyone. I mean, this is just like it's grown in a petri dish.
Right. True. Very true. Very something you got to keep in mind. Fashion, but not at a cost.
Yes, not at a cost at all. Well, it's time now for a short break, but do stay tuned because Archith and I will be back to pick up the newspapers and read between the lines after this break.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at what is happening around the world. So much going on with the papers here around the globe. Time is 8:30 this morning on WION Breakfast. But first, of course, we got to see the heads up
And here are the headlines this morning. Police question 2 foreigners detained in connection with the New Year attack in Istanbul. New videos surface, but no trace of the suspect yet.
The ruling party in Bengal is set to hit the streets after its parliamentary party leader is arrested in a multi-crore rupee chit fund scam.
The first reprint of Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf since World War II takes Germany by storm. As many as 85,000 copies sold since its release last January.
Days after announcing his retirement, former Commonwealth and South Asian Games gold medalist Somdev Varman indicates he is ready to improve Indian sports.
And head to Kashmir if you love these visuals. Heavy snowfall in the upper reaches of the valley. Tourists join the fun at Gulmarg and Pahalgam. Well, those, of course, were the headlines this hour. But now it's time for Archith and me to pick up the newspapers and see what's between the lines. You know, Archith, we're always trying to look at starting our day on a really inspirational note.
Absolutely, positive note, right? What do we have?
I have an amazing story for you.
Hear it.
This is from the DNA,
Okay.
and the story reads, a catalyst called Shamutai. Now, Shamutai is from a tribal settlement in Mumbai's Sanjay Gandhi National Park.
Okay.
And so the settlement is about 10 small tribal hamlets. And they've traditionally just been living in that area. And there's no education there, there's no schools, there's no medical help, there's no facilities whatsoever, no electricity even. And so Shamutai comes from that from that area.
Very difficult sort of situation.
Very, very difficult. Now, there's an NGO that 10 years ago tried to come in and sort of help the villagers, you know, understand better. Better education, better childcare, better medical aid, and they were shunned by the tribals. But Shamutai sort of understood that this was the way to go.
Okay.
And so, against all odds, she decided to go and spend some time working at this NGO. And the NGO basically also worked as a daycare center for the children of that tribe. So the kids as young as 15 days old were left by their parents as they went about in begging and in search of alms. So Shamutai has practically brought up these kids. And why I love this story is that she has been able to generate awareness in healthcare, awareness about healthcare, childcare and education. It was a slow but sure change. For 10 years, you know, nothing has happened. But now the children are starting to attend school. They're attending a school in Borivali. And the first batch is going to be graduating in a few years.
Oh, how exciting.
And she is just, I mean, this story is just such a great story because she says in this article, she feels like she's brought up these children because they would just be left there at the daycare facility.
Almost to see their rite of passage, right?
Yes, and she was there to, you know, to get them ready, send them to school, be there when they came back, help them with their homework. She herself has gotten educated over the last decade. And it's just like I mean, that things are going to change for this tribe for sure because the first batch is graduating and this is the next, this is the future.
What an inspiring story, and you know, you're sort of
just a great story to start my day with.
Wonderful, I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Very nice, very nice. Well, I have an exciting story here as well from the Hindu. So I was looking up. You know, we're sort of going with our theme this year about, you know, top 5 things to do or things that, you know, new goals, a new year, new things to look forward to. I think yesterday we talked about different things you could, you know, classes that you could start.
Yeah.
Well, here are some very similar. This is 5 ways to be more environmentally friendly this year. It's something we talk about. It's sort of going with the theme of the show with the fashion and the shoes. So this is 5 ways to be really, you know, we recycle, perhaps people recycle plastic bottles or glass or paper, but some other things. So let me share with you. If you have a wedding in the family, you know, so many weddings in India, about 10 million that take place in a year. There's an idea that suggests to use, instead of using traditional, invitation cards that are super, glossy and, somebody was saying use a seed invitation instead of a regular one. It's an environmentally friendly approach, and as the invitation suggests, you can simply put the invitation, it's made out of seeds, and then afterwards it can be placed in the garden. So it's such a creative way, and then, people will get a chance to watch it grow as the wedding, you know, and as the journey gets closer. In their balcony or their garden.
Idea.
I would have
I
never
love
thought about that.
I love that. No, in fact, you can do that for other things, like
Absolutely.
for baby shower invitations
anything, not
or
even
whatever.
wedding. Exactly.
Even like birthday invitations,
right.
like okay,
right.
like
such a nice idea, right?
It's a great idea. I love that.
And there was another one is transportation, so cycling to work. You know, walking. You know, we see the smog here in Delhi all the time, right?
Yeah.
So avoiding the Ubers or the autos, or taking public transportation, great. Cycling if the weather is good. Just alternative carpooling, things like that to cut down on the pollution, and you get exercise, of course, into your schedule. This is a really cool one, a very creative one. Turning your old car tire into a comfortable seat. Isn't that neat?
I love that.
Obviously, clean it out so you don't have the black stains there, but I would think it's a great idea.
How cool! So you just place the cushion in the center.
Put the big tire and then put a couple of cushions, maybe even put a little blanket or something over it, and it just adds a spice to your office or living room. Just something a little bit unique, a character piece perhaps. So
I love that.
I love that one. This is something that I do all the time, being vegetarian. Adding more vegetarian meals to your diet. Just as many vegetables and fruits. Such an important thing that we forget about.
Yeah.
Hopefully people are getting that regimen into work, a lot of greens, whatever they can to add greens into their diet. Another great way to be environmentally friendly. Lastly, number 5, if you like farming, you see it, putting a little vegetable garden or terrace garden in your balcony, or even at work, you see those like pots of herb leaves, things like that.
Yes.
Great idea to be and you think about it because you see it and like, oh, I feel fresh, I feel positive.
Yes.
So
and just adding those kind of like fresh herbs
elements
straight from the pot into the cooking.
Exactly.
You don't even need a garden for
Exactly.
this. You just need a few pots and a windowsill
and
which
that
has sun.
Smell is so
and that's
good.
it.
So good. I love it.
And it changes the quality of your food.
Exactly.
I mean, just a few of those holy basil leaves in your tea would change the game.
It's
just
great
a few leaves of basil in your pasta or any kind of cooking.
And it's organic. You're growing it, so you see it, right? So lots of environmental things.
You can grow your own coriander. You can grow so many of these herbs. Your own tomato. People grow their own tomatoes.
You just put them in a pot, put water, and that's it. You're done.
You're done. You just have to expose it to the sun, and that's it. You just need a pot and a windowsill, even if you don't have a garden.
5 great ways. 5 different things: seeding, cycling, car tire, vegetarian meals, and then your own vegetable garden. So lots of fun ways to spruce up the new year.
Well, environmentally friendly is definitely the way to go. And I have a really great article here from the Mint. Now, this is a story that I've been following personally for a while. It's about solar power. And it says that solar could become the cheapest power source in the coming decade.
Wow, okay.
Now, this is a great story because solar power is actually great, right? You're getting electricity made from the sun.
Right.
And
Very
the sun is actually
friendly.
powering, and the sun actually, it's just the natural way to go because the sun actually powers everything. It powers the plants to create the food that we eat and so keeps us going, etc., etc. So it's like,
it's a cycle.
It's a cycle, and the sun is the ultimate source of energy. Now, can that be made into electricity? Yes, we know it can, but it was very expensive. Because
and how affordable can it now really be?
So now, in the coming decade, they say that it's going to be cheaper than coal.
Wow.
It's going to, in fact, be the lowest cost option everywhere. And in 2016, countries from Chile to the UAE have broken records with deals to generate electricity from sunshine for less than 3 cents a kilowatt hour. And then there are other countries that are following: Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Mexico. They're planning auctions and tenders this year. And it says that solar may beat coal in 1 decade, and solar farms' costs are shrinking.
That's amazing.
Yep.
They're
shrinking by almost 84%. I mean, the statistics here
Such
are.
a huge drastic
It's going to be amazing. So in the coming years, really, electricity is most probably going to be generated by the sun, as energy is all over the planet.
Right. And I've seen the panels, you see them on people's houses, but to see that there's going to be more solar energy, what a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's use it. Let's use it. And lastly, but not least, something that we can both relate to, our favorite topic.
Dieting.
Dieting. Well, we love the food, so obviously if there's food, there's also got to be dieting. But another good, very interesting article about, just tips on how to lose weight. I think that's everybody's goal at some point. How am I going to be better in shape? How can I be fit and healthy? And simple things like this. Like I was reading this about the restaurant. When you walk into a restaurant, get a to-go box, like a doggy bag, and that way pack half of your meal. So before you even eat the meal, half of it's not there, so you're out of sight, out of mind, and then there's your lunch for the next day.
Yeah, and we were talking about this. I know, right? And we were talking about this article before. And what I love about this article is that usually, like when you hear the word dieting, it's all about like controlling those portions and counting your calories. But this article doesn't talk about any of that.
More like
it talks about
mind.
it talks about what is it called? Food psychology.
Food psychology, right.
Food psychology.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's about behavior patterns.
Exactly.
So you change your behavior patterns to lead a healthier, better, slimmer
life, right.
lifestyle.
And even this one, the grocery store one, it's like dividing your shopping cart up in half.
Yeah.
And only putting, a lot of, so the key thing that I got from this article, put lots of fruits and vegetables, even in your fridge, you see them right up front.
Yes.
Maybe not the best way to preserve the food, but you'll eat it. And they were talking about all these studies that people who see like cereal boxes are going to be much more, it's more accessible, so it's like junk food, chips and all that. But you put fruits, like, okay, eat an apple a day, keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, I love that bit because it's, like you said, it's talking about visual cues.
Right.
And that's what plays on our mind. We
Right.
see it and then we're like, constantly like in our mind, we're like, do we want to eat it? Do we not want to eat it? And more often than not, the devil wins and he's like, just eat the food.
I mean, even little
So don't
things
even
like,
keep it there. Don't keep it inside.
Don't distract you.
I love that. I love the way this article begins. It says, well, redo your fridge so that your vegetables are on the top shelf. And they're saying that studies show that people who keep their vegetables on the top shelf are actually leading healthier lifestyles.
Exactly.
That's the first thing that they see, and that's the first thing that they eat.
And this one as well, something silly, table manners. You don't think about it, but they said, put the television off.
Yeah.
Just watch us when WION is on. That's it. You don't even watch it afterwards. But see, when people are eating.
Watch us while you're eating your breakfast.
Exactly, just us. Or maybe on your app. That way, it's a little different. But interestingly, the article talks about, they did a study about 190 parents and 150 kids, and they found that parents have a higher body mass index, a BMI, when the television is on.
Yeah.
So when the television is off, you're actually having quality one-on-one time.
Yes.
Things like that. And even your table setting, it said use smaller plates, pay attention to the color. People take more food if it matches the color of their plate.
Isn't that weird?
I would have never thought about that.
I know, right? Yeah. But now when you think about it, you're like, I mean, the whole appeal of food is also in the whole visual aspect of it, which is why, at a buffet, you just end up overeating because it's like, oh, that looks good and that looks good and, let me just taste it, let me taste it. And so you just go on and on eating.
Right. So these are just little things that, you can go ahead and take a look. And of course, this is in the health section of DNA. So lots, our sister publication, very informative. I thought it was a very nice way to be like, you can still have what you want, but this is like food psychology.
Yeah,
Eat
food
wisely.
psychology. I like that. I like that. Yeah. Restrain the visual cues. Just because it looks good does not mean you eat it.
And you know how hard and difficult it is to burn calories. That's the bigger thing.
Yeah.
Eating is fine, but then burning it off is the tricky part. So.
Well, not so tricky because here on WION Breakfast, every day we have a solution for you with our fitness mantra. So stay tuned. We're going to slip into a quick break. But when we come back, it's fitness with Zubin.
Welcome back, everyone. This is WION Breakfast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, our favorite segment of the morning. It is WION Stretch. We always want to make sure we get everybody a little bit of a healthy dose in the morning. That little workout, that little toning your body.
Absolutely. And Zubin Archith has got the perfect fitness mantra that will help you keep fit in just a few unique asanas. Take a look at this.
Good morning, this is Zubin Archith and I'm the founder of Archith Yoga. And today I'm here with a set of 3 beautiful asanas which have the detailed instructions, and the whole idea will be to wake up your spine and keep you feeling uplifted. Starting right in the center of the mat with equal space on your right and equal space on your left. Place both your hands on top of the knees, spread your fingers far wide and open and grab your knees nice and tight. Pushing your tummy forward, you're going to let yourself lift your sternum up, arching your back as much as you can. You would need your lower back strength muscles to get yourself into that arch. Pushing your tummy forward, leaving your shoulders further away from the ears, you're going to just simply lift your chin up. Keep your lips together as you lift your chin up. Hold yourself into that position, keep arching your back and visualize that your chin is higher than your nose is. Continue breathing in and out. This is a position where you want to make the most out of the inhalations. Slowly when you breathe out, you're going to let yourself lower the chin down to the chest, relax your back and let yourself arch your back as much as you can. Get the body weight towards your hips behind and continue folding. Continue breathing in and out, lower the chin down to the chest and let yourself spread your shoulder blades far open and wide away from the spine. We are targeting the muscles which are right between the shoulder blades and the spine. Take a long deep breath in, you're going to let yourself bring the body up and back and relax. Bring your left hand onto the outside of the right knee, getting the whole length of the spine, getting the whole length of the left arm. You're going to let yourself stretch the right arm out in the corner. Put your fingertips down onto the mat, avoid putting any kind of weight on the right hand behind. You just simply use the grip of the hand over the floor and pushing your tummy forward, keeping your lower back muscles nicely engaged and activated. Just simply lift your elbows up as if you're sending them further away from each other. Continue bending the arms and look over the right shoulder and look as far as you can over the right shoulder. Hold yourself into that position and allow yourself to breathe in and out. Slow down your breath as much as you can. Notice how your chest goes up with the inhalations and how with every release of the breath you create more and more space for your right shoulder to roll further out and back. As you exhale, you're going to get the body out of this, back to the center and relax. Now bring your right hand onto the left hand side of the left knee and stretch the left arm out in the corner behind. Using the grip you have over the floor with the help of your fingertips, you just have to simply push your tummy forward, keep the elbows lifted up and let yourself look over the left shoulder. Look as far as you can and gently go further into the twist with every release of the breath. Continue doing that. Continue breathing in and out. Inhalations are long, deep and slow. Shoulder blades are spread open and further away from each other, further away from the spine, and continue growing into the twist with the permission of the breath. Breaths are slow, deep and long. Keep your chin further out in line with your left shoulder behind. And slowly when you breathe out, you're going to get the body out of this. Back to the center and relax. I hope you're already feeling better with your back and you're ready for the challenges of the day ahead. Make sure that you join us tomorrow for we get into a whole new level of spinal twists. I'll see you on the mat soon.
All right, from yoga, of course, to those of you doing your stretches in the morning or afternoon, whenever, always start your day with a good breakfast. You know, I know we're all busy running out the door. Some people have coffee or chai, or some people have nothing.
Yeah, no,
but
that's
breakfast
a bad
is so important.
idea. Breakfast is break the fast.
Yes,
exactly. You do remember that you've been sleeping for hopefully at least 8 hours.
I'll die if I don't. At least 8.
I have to. Otherwise, I can't function at all.
We wouldn't be like so energetic otherwise.
But it's important to break that fast with breakfast, which is the most important meal of the day. And of course, what's your favorite breakfast?
Breakfast is one of my favorite meals, so I like a lot of different things. We had pancakes yesterday. I think today on the menu for quick bites, I believe Chef Ashish is making yummy waffles. Let's see how to prepare them.
Hello, I'm Chef Ashish from Cafe Delhi High. Today I'm going to make one delicious waffle. For one delicious waffle, you need egg, flour, vanilla essence, sugar, soda bicarb, little cream to top, butter, honey, and milk. We'll take 2 bowls. Here's your egg. We'll take egg into this, and then we'll have some sugar. So if you want to make it little sweet, you add little extra sugar. Then I'll add some soda bicarb. I'll add vanilla essence, say about 3-4 ml to counter the smell of egg. You add your flour into this. So say about half cup of flour you need. Add some milk. So here we are almost ready. So whisk it vigorously to avoid the lumps and mix it well and see the consistency of batter, which is actually very important. The batter is settled. Now it is a little more firm. Now we need to preheat our waffle machine, although I'll apply little butter. And then you can do it in the oven also, like if you got an oven. Always use ladle to pour it evenly and make sure you do it a little fast so that you'll get even spread. 4.5 spoon of batter I have used. So I'll close it. It is a little extra, so the extras will ooze out. This is a waffle machine. You are getting heat from both the sides. So if you're traveling down the line in Belgium, then you'll find every corner has a waffle thing. Okay, So now I'll do a upside down turner to get the extra. So I'm turning it with a fork, but don't use force so that otherwise the texture of the waffle will get altered. Like this, and from all the end it is open. Now we'll turn around, cover it again, and what we have seen, the upper part was little soggy and the bottom part was little crispy. And I am thinking in another 1 minute we are ready for that. Both the side crisp, nice. So many ways to serve waffle. So we will spread honey evenly when it is full with the honey. So your scoop of ice cream, then you put a mint sprigs. We are serving many kind of waffle at our cafe. Kindly come in and enjoy our recipe.
All right, so much yummy food. We got lost in it.
Waffles!
I want the waffles now.
We were just staring at the screen. How lovely is that?
Because we were like, I want to eat it. Actually, I would eat it this way.
See, this is the article we were talking about, right? Visual cues.
We need a bowl of fruit here.
Food
so we
behavior.
Can eat fruits here
that's what we need. We need a bowl of healthy fruit.
Yes, we do. All right. Well, next up in our last segment, almost time for WION Breakfast to wrap up. Isn't the hour go by quickly?
It really does.
Always
really flies by.
It is. Today's hashtag is a really fun one.
Yeah.
Change a vowel, change a film. I'm super pumped about this one. Let's see what creative ways people
change
are
a vowel,
doing.
change a film. This should be fun.
All right.
Chris says Jurassic Pork.
Oh God. Oh God. When dinosaurs met pigs.
That is really funny. Okay.
Skedaddle Waddle said fantastic boats and where to find them.
No, fantastic boasts.
Boats.
And where to
I changed multiple letters, not just one.
All right. And Skedaddle also comes up with Iran Man.
Nice.
I like that.
Very nice. Oh, Skedaddle's on a roll. The Dork Knight. Good one. I love this hashtag. It's really funny.
This is really funny. Dork Night. All right, I'm
I'm not reading this one.
Socks in the city. Six in the city.
Very nice. Very nice. They both could technically work.
I like that.
Oh, this is funny. This is for our Chef Ashish. Star Wars by Matthew Trudeau. Stir that batter.
Oh my God, hilarious. Okay, so Dr. Zayas says, the spy who loved Ma. Oops.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
All right. Oh, this is really funny. This is actually from the U.S., Atlanta, actually. Gone with the Wand. To the wind. Gone with the Wand, a magical fairy tale. Harry Potter Part 10 coming to a theater near you.
That is really hilarious.
So much funny.
Well,
if you have an idea, let us know. If you have a cool one that you just thought about, change a vowel, change the film, use that hashtag. You can tweet us obviously here on WION_breakfast. Or Charu, it's me, Shankar Charu.
Me, Charu Shankar.
Me, Charu Shankar.
And Archith Shadre
yes. at Archith with an H News.
There you go.
Super easy to find. But we'd love to tweet us. Always look for our hashtags. We always put that stuff in. And you may see yourself or your tweet on television.
Yes, we'd like that very much. We would love to hear from you, so do write to us. Well, I am Charu Shankar and you are watching WION Breakfast.
Yes, I'm Archith and thanks so much for watching us. Lots of stories to bring to you. We'll be back again tomorrow morning. But that is a wrap for right now. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.